Hey everyone, happy Sunday morning. I've noticed recently that I like the morning cuppas in depth, whereas I can contemplate what's happening in my world of things, and I can't not expand that with everything I'm picking up on in the world. Not watching televised things, but intrigued with some things, but more the wholeness of how we're connected. And so I was going through some flow that was happening to do with that, my life, the connection, and also how we're grounding in that as a whole, and aiming to be of assistance in my twin flame soul reunion. So flames that are connected, soul flames that are connected, that need to reunite in life experience as one strong flame of love, divinity, the power of heaven and earth. And so I always have guidance to offer of my life experience, my eternal soul's experience, the visionary abilities to see into this at depth, call on what's required to surface through me, and share it. Because we're all inclusive of what's occurring on the planet. And so I decided that I would hit record and sip on my coffee with you and draw an angel card. Been drawn to that deck. And so give them a little shuffle. What I was contemplating is how we truly walk that inner world. Now that we are coming to terms and a deeper, somewhat acceptance, like a grounding, at least hitting the earth with the grounding, that we are an energetic soul expanding conscious being, intricate design, enveloping for the soul experience, and we must listen within. So I'll grab an angel card. New love. Various aspects of that, and I would liken it to the description I just said. The new love is the awareness of, like the twin flames coming together. The fact that that's soul, and that's the love of the interior. It's completely different to the focus we've known in this world. New love. A new chapter in your love life begins, whether it is with a new partner or rekindled love in a current relationship. Open your heart to a new infusion of divine love through a partner in your life. The angels are preparing you to be aware of new people entering your life, as a new mate may be unlike your previous partners. Be open to changes in your current relationships and don't cling tightly to ideas of how you think relationships should be. This is a time of wondrous changes in your love life, and you are asked to trust God and your guardian angels to work things out for your highest good. Changes in your love life will only be painful if you are rigid in your thoughts or behaviors. If you flow with the current of love, you'll find that old patterns of your love life wash away. They are rapidly replaced by new aspects that will delight you. Current relationships may end, or they may act as a transition into a new phase of passion and renewed love. Or a new partner may enter your life, inspiring great happiness for you both. So, inspiring great happiness doesn't have to be through another person as well. I just want to say for all who may watch this video, because life is a love affair of your soul. So you can follow any new love that sort of trickles like into a spark and ignites something you haven't done before. So a new love, you know, because love is essentially everything. When you come down to it, at the highest, the whole experience is divinity. So my battery is low, so this video could end within like 20 minutes or so, I believe, which is probably good for now, because I was going to mention that my videos have been going for like an hour. So, you know, always feel free to stop it, and if you're so drawn, come back and continue later. It's not like you're going to, you know, miss anything. So just a suggestion, because we can think to ourselves, an hour? So 20 minutes at a time is good. Just to also pick up on something and walk away with it. And then if you are drawn to watch more, then there must be something else in the video for you. Because I was going to do like 20 minutes, stop, and then start it again. But I mean, I would just be fragmenting something that you can choose to do for yourself anyway. Because I am feeling like they want, when I sit down for a contemplative chat and expanse of it, they want to go for up to an hour. So, yeah. That card also does relate directly to my life. So because we, and my discussions are a lot on, like I was saying just before, the opposite to following the interior world and the interior path is a lit and aligned to your soul expansion, and we can keep that so contained for love in the exterior. Like, you know, we try to fit. If I do this, then I'll be loved more, and that's where I'll find my purpose. Whereas it may not be true to us at our gut, but it's the limited experience as we keep expanding in life with limited experience. We tell ourselves that it is just in those that are in our nearest vicinity. And then we can kind of have crisis through life where we're like, well, I'm not finding what I actually need here. And that's exactly it. Because it's energy. We work with God, like we're God, light. We're co-creating. We can't expect to stay the same. And that's an artificial security if you're solely dependent on it. It's not the truth. So that's the complete opposite. But with limited experience, not expanding the mind out of that, we believe that's true. We do. We just do. So that's why sometimes you get to a crisis point or something is not working and you've tried and tried and tried and tried. But it's only when you decide, you can either decide like with clarity, I give it to God, right? Because you're co-creating and God is trying to guide you into something else, but you're trying and trying and trying with the same thing. You know? It's like you can only bang in a nail so much before it feels insane. Okay, stop now. What else? I think I clarified what I was contemplating and started to talk about before. So I think I'll just check in if there's anything else that if we do not detach then we won't open up to anything else. So life can go on just fine and nice, but when we come up against or come across an unease and we want grounding, okay, because no one wants to feel unease like we're just swaying in the wind with life, like just swaying around, getting blown around by all the winds. We don't want to do that all the time. So sometimes people don't step out of their own world because they feel they don't have the grounding, and they will just be like, they don't know what will happen. The wind will take them. And so there's a grounding that you establish with yourself. And it's dependable. Because you're never not God. So I don't always like to use the he description and nor the she because it is one. But we use the masculine, I believe, due to the action required in the co-creative process of the feminine wholeness. So the dependable is always that you are one with what you cannot see, the feminine. Okay, the power of this whole reality extensively. And the fact we agreed to coming down into this masculine for creation of sharing the universal, the cosmic love, feminine, in creation. So just briefly, we can see how the masculinity of that, due to like the softness of feminine in the physical experience, can get overwhelmingly and take it into the further reaches of, you know, masculine control. So we have to come back home to ourselves and say thank you, and not push out there so hard, because it's not in pushing this world around that you master this co-creative process. So it's in the acceptance of both in balance. Now, energy is in motion, so it's never, I found the balance, everything's perfect. We're in a co-creative energy, ongoing process. So you get to know processes and you work in this field of energy, learning more about yourself and how you can learn more balancing with others, not with others, you know, attracting your soul's experience, ever expanding soul tribe awareness. I mean, that's the joy of it. You don't know how many or who you're going to meet, but there will be an unfolding of that energy into reality. So the soul's experience is for the human to endeavour to go within. And what blocks us from doing that is when the outside world doesn't feel like it's got what we want, but yet we'll stay in it, hoping it will change. And then we can go to other places. We might find it there, but there comes a point where if we're not finding an inner contentment from our journey on the outside, then there's an imbalance and something has to drop away, and you have to let it go from your hands. Okay, because the human's very strong-minded, especially in this masculine, that this is how I find it. this is who I am, you know. But who we are is in a world of interior expanse. So that's why give it to God is a great statement, if you can drop into the sincerity and actually accept that you'll wait and listen to your own energy. Give it time for its own emanation. That's your co-creation with God. You will commune there. And as you do, you go to that dependable place and drop away clinging to the wanting to keep things the same. And then the interior flame is the truth, which has been the truth all along, but we think the outside world makes us who we are. So we let it in. We think it matches us, but then we have all sorts of uncomfortable feelings. Well, no, I don't really agree with that. No, that feels very like invasive, like I'm being told what to do from the outside, and things like this. When what's true and dependable is how good you feel on the inside and how much you're standing up for it. Okay? That's who we really are. In ever expanding. A candle is a great way of seeing that, the flame of a candle, because it's forever burning. You know, in the material world they run out, but it takes a while for them to burn down, and it's like it's burning away. So we're intrigued by it because it doesn't stand still, does it? It's in constant motion of life. So if something on the outside doesn't matches us and we let it in, then it feels like our flame is going down. And flames aren't meant to. Flames are intrigued by life. So if you're starting to teach yourself or let others teach you and be taught that, not feeling free to be yourself is a very big key to turn the engine and head off. And find yourself. Not in the exterior world as such, but find somewhere where you're not pushed down. And it may not be on purpose. Some people may not know that they're doing it. But you are feeling like it's just not your soul. And that there is something else calling you. And this is your co-creative path with God. So we can't stay the same, and we can't fear change. And we get involved in, what is this fear telling me? And that's the interior world. And you can't hear that if you're still around what you're trying to make fit. So, you know, that's the balance essentially. Am I giving too much to feel a contentment and I'm just not getting that contentment, you know, that at my chest like that? And I call that the heart platform. Like when you've listened enough to yourself and you won't give too much to the exterior, because it's always the interior that's your true path. And when you get that foundation right within yourself, you can't help but just magnetically draw to you. But it is an ongoing thing. The interior world is not like, oh yeah, where's God? I can't find him. No one came. It's a flame. So accept that's what you are. Energy and motion. Sacred. And co-creative. And we would be more dependable flames on ourselves if we listened and danced with that flow of life. Instead of, I'm not energy, I have to put myself there. And then we go into all the solidifying nature of who we are. I must become this. Whereas the talk from interior world expanse and endeavoring to look within for your emanation, guidance, for your listening to the chest. There is no mistake that the word ear is central to heart. Okay? Listening to the resonance of your instrument, at how you feel, and taking care of your heart platform like a green, vast life field. And if you ever start to feel like that is just like a non-existent thing, then that's where you got to get the exterior out and come home to listening. Okay? Because we're not stupid. We know the difference, that there's an interior voice resonant to what we truly need. We just don't feel brave enough to stand out differently in this world and say, actually, no, this is me. Because we fear we might be, I don't know, left behind or just illusions. So I am a reminder that if you're living from here, there is a whole new path and world for you. That we are not constricted, restricted to particular feeling good. That in here grows much with your endeavour to look within. So looking within is allowing yourself to close down to it, see different for yourself, not the mind and everything we know. See different for yourself. Allow that inner joy, inner child response. Well, actually, I could do that. And don't let it be shut down by what you know. Because this is energy and motion. Spirit is like spontaneous if you let it. We're eternal flame souls. So that's really just a little beginning if someone lets that grow. Because if you let that grow, that's your spirit and soul. So, you know, there's a lot to do when it comes to realizing how much the head, this video could end at any moment. I'm on my last bit of battery. I think I've covered the majority anyway. But there's a lot in shifting to the trust of the interior path is eternal. So if you're deciding to go within and listen to yourself, you're going to have to trust that it is a route. And we all know what the opposite is if we're looking for the route on the outside to fulfill the inside. You see how that's like an empty reservoir? Like what's out there is what the interior clarity or non-clarity has created. So it's not really out there. It's the fact that we're part of the feminine of the whole of the energy, that which we call source, light, and God. And we're here in this masculine, born into this creative atmosphere to create in the masculine. So like the action orientated, look what you can do with your spirit in these dimensions. So what's been created is not essentially where we look to get what we need out of people, or it's a constant geyser experience, and you can slow down with that flow, like the chest, like as a divine flow, heaven to earth experience of the spirit and soul. And you can relax in that flow, contemplate vastly. You can get up and create and be in like, you know, a full kind of moment of experience and creation and everything. But it's always that flow. And that's because earth is heaven, heaven to earth is us, and we are creating in this field temporarily. So always look to how heaven can help you in your flow interiorly, how you are helping yourself with feet on the earth, and you are God in the world. So you're never not loved, protected, doted over, and adored by all of God's light, which is all different realms, and, you know, all different frequencies of light. Yeah. So we really have done a massive jump by coming here to go into the field of how masculine can take over, and we bring back an awareness of the whole to allow ourselves the shift into more light. Light balance, light awareness, and just balance out what we put out, you know? So come back home to ourselves. So the freedom of that flow is what I would allow yourself to contemplate for how you are operating in that, in your own world. Like, you're not separate, it's not your own world. Remember, everyone is part of this. But how you're feeling at your chest, if you have anything you come across that you can say to yourself, I feel like, the head is closing in and I don't have the answers. I'm going to give it to God. I'm going to go within to this temple at my chest. And it is not a fixed picture, okay? Because words in this world can be so fixed, and our thinking in this dimension can join it, and that's not the path. Not building blocks of more fixture, but the speak of going into your temple is to the expanse that we haven't been recognizing because we are feeling closed in. So we really need to loosen up on everything to do with mentality. When mentality is taking over. Okay, because we have to notice that it's thought that allows us to think and continue a path. So notice if you can feel like your mind has accumulated, or you're in situations, experiences, life itself, where you're letting it come in and play a stronger part. And you have to resign that you're a co-creator with God, okay? You're not here to be a human that carries everything. You're not here to fix everything in the moment. So resign to the fact you can have help anytime you want, but you got to resign to it. Like, can I have some help here? Sincerely with your whole being. Like, I'm not going to hold this in and think that I have to solve everything. Seriously, can I open up my hands here? That I have a mind to do some clever things in reality, yes, but I'm not a solver of everything that comes at me. Okay, and that's where we can let things get heavy to our heart. We can run away from them. We can start to think, well, addictions, like, oh, well, this just makes me feel better. If I feel better, then that's all right. Well, not if you've still got the mental boggage or bondage keeping you there. So you have to say, I'm not a solver of everything. I'm not looking for a quick fix to feel good. I actually want to feel good. And it's humbling because we have to realize that if you allow your energy field to accept that you are energy and you are working with God, if you can, because the ego has trickled into everything. So it takes a lot of unpacking or unfolding to say, I thought it was this way, but I actually have to let in some guidance and some help and some light into my being. And let myself think, feel, and believe I am here to be happy in this balancing of that. The world coming in on me, in this conversation, in this situation, in this job, in this moment, in these feelings I have. I'm just going to give it to God. Okay? And then lightly carry on because you declare you're giving it. You can't say it and then know you're tricking yourself because still in your gut you want to fix it. There has to come a time where you just say, I'm a co-creator. I'm trying to do everything here. And it feels good when I can do that. And you will be able to do that. That's the thing. We just can't do it for everything. Otherwise, we're going to stay the same thinking we're the solver for everything, and we're going to miss out on actually enjoying life. Battery's lasting a little longer than I thought, which is good. I seem to keep having more powerful feelings want to come out. And yes, my coffee is cold, but gee, it's nice. When it's cold, nothing like a good brew. So I hope that has settled in with your remembrance at your chest to keep the mind in its place. And it helps the mind to stay open and balanced. Okay? You're coming in and you're getting heavy and I'm wanting to solve everything because I know it makes me feel good when I do, but this I can't solve. It just keeps coming at me. I open up, I ask for help. I leave it at that. Okay? Sincerely, I'm asking for help. In the smallest or the biggest things. Quickly, it's not like you have to sit and, I don't know, wait or expect. Stop that, because yet again, that's the old patterning of wanting to control at the head. You sincerely, bodily have to release the fact that your energy field wants to solve something or make it a certain way and wants to work hard at it, when you were told over and over about letting go. Life is trying to help you in this way. If your energy is meant to go a certain way, you will get guidance repeatedly on what will assist you. But the human doesn't want to let go, because success normally means doing something a particular way and having a particular look or scene about it, or, you know. So it is an opening here and a flushing out to say everything truly is okay. Everything truly is okay. Okay, if something doesn't get solved in this moment, am I all right? I'm breathing. I can eat and drink and relax. I can take time out. Everything is all right. And then introduce that as a way of life. That you will not get stuck in a limited mind set or construct. Okay? It can be somewhat difficult for the masculine dominance in this world, because they want so much to believe that this old way or this path or this route is what we've found. That's masculine, masculine, masculine. It's like what I was describing it as earlier was a continual end, an endless end. Like, yes, history repeating itself, but thank goodness we're in an evolution phase, evolution light construct, where we're looking for balance. And we are one with the world. We are worlds one with the world. So we got to find that. So we have to pay attention to ourselves. And don't forget to trust you are a light eminence construct. So you are a definite design, heaven and earth, chakra consciousness, supported love, light being in the undeniable laws of that. And they are in everything to allow life to be fluid, not rigid masculine construct. But the acceptance that we are the whole in its feminine nature, in masculine creation, and don't let the masculinity part be as though that's what God is. We're God in this world. This is how it is. No, we're creators with the whole. Say thanks for creating. Do it well. Use the nature of the whole. You know, like this endless thank you creative flow. Because you got to admit it, it's from us thinking we're alone down here that we've put the masculine out there more to say God must be who's got the most and who can enforce and be believed that they're enforcing is the best, and everyone will want that most. Like everyone will come to us because we are the power source. We are the masculine force. Well, we need to, come back home to ourselves, to the true fact. We're just overbearing in the fact we can create. So we need to just tone that down with each of us, bring back some balance to that. Everyone can create as they want. Don't overuse your masculine. Introduce softness when you know you've got patterns of masculine, like interiorly, intricately with yourself. You know when the ego or the masculine is coming online and it should be a certain way, so you'll start to exteriorly enforce it. Just take a breath. Maybe there's something softer. I can hold space and learn something here if I'm thinking masculine is going to play the dominant part. I'll just listen for a bit more, and then I'll expand my universal consciousness. I'll give space for that. Don't forget, that's your home base. The definitive construct of universal law for the fluid nature of the whole. Thank you, Age of Aquarius, for this evolutionary expanse. Yeah, make space to fall in love with this in yourself. And don't try and enforce upon yourself to stay the same. That's the flame rising breath of it's okay, I'm here to create. Because I went through that with myself. Remembering this video could end at any time. I went through that with myself where your flame, you've let in the outside consciousness, working with it to learn, and we fit somewhat. But yeah, there comes a time if your flame is meant to go a certain way and you're not in recognition of anything matching that in your environment, and you have to let your flame speak to you. And not fall back into it's just much easier if I just keep going like everyone else does. Like no one else seems to be making any change, but then you've still got this flame that says you're different, or you got to be somewhere else. Like nothing here is connecting with your flame. It's great support in some ways to have that, but you can't stop the expanse nature. We just can't stop the expanse nature. So we have to listen to the soul. It's up to us to let it go. It doesn't feel good when we don't. And yeah, it is like the heart letting the flame up and out. Because, yeah, you want to feel good? So, God bless everyone. Thank you if you listened this far.